Look at that, a video we aren't going to complain. That's new. What's up? I'm Jefferson. Alongside me, as always, the one with all the holes in his game, Swiss Cheese, and we're with the Disc Golf World, breaking down everything you need to know from round 2 of the Open at Austin before we head into Championship Sunday. Before we get into this recap, I just want to touch on Discmania real quick. If you were still wondering if they won the offseason, let's take a look. Sitting 2 strokes back of the lead is their newest addition, Gannon Buhr. Oh yeah, and you know, the whole winning last weekend thing is pretty cool too. The only person above him was the hidden last-second promotion in Niklas Antilla, who, get this, took 2nd place at Waco. I can already hear all the MVP fanboys angrily typing in the comments section about how getting Eagle McMahon was such a better pickup. Sure, that might be true, but we're 3 tournaments into this season, and the Discmania kids are doing a great job at representing their brand so far. I mean, you do got Eagle making lefty disc throwing vids, but results speak louder in my opinion. With only 2 silver season wins last season, Gannon's 2024 has already topped McMahon's 2023 season. And again, only the 3rd event of the year. Antilla has been playing great early this season, and after speculation of where he would end up in the offseason, it looks to be paying off Discmania sooner rather than later. Honestly, after hearing Niklas at the press conference and having the opportunity to ask him questions, I gotta say, I'm a fan. Try and tell me these aren't baller answers a world champion would give.
Everyone but the winner is like loser, so I don't really mind if I'm like 2nd or 10th. I'm losing anyway, so yeah, that's kind of my mentality there. I don't know if it was the right decision. Maybe no, maybe yes. But yeah, it's done now. And I need to like birdie out or something. I'm at my best, so I like those moments a lot.
I hope you're as big a fan as I am, because him tagged alongside not only Gannon, but Alden Harris wins the offseason for all I care. We'll have to wait for what Eagle can do, but you already have a win with Gannon. Niklas is going to get one by the end of the day, and if I jinxed it, he'll get one by the end of the season. Just watch. And then to top it off, you get all this free advertising with Alden's vlogs, which constantly is building up their personalities to fans, growing not only their platforms, but Discmania as a whole. But I want to know what you guys think. Drop a comment what you think of Discmania and the moves they made this offseason. In the meantime, Swiss has you covered with the FPO recap.
This was the first round since Kristin Tattar's return that the narrative didn't completely surround her and her dominance over the FPO. That's because Ohn Scoggins put together one of the best and complete rounds of the season thus far, taking advantage of near zero wind conditions and putting up Tattar-esque numbers on moving day. She would only finish 5 strokes better than the closest competitor with a 1055 rated 13 under round. She started the day with 6 straight birdies, and yes, that's including hole 6, the most difficult on the course, and has only been birdied by 2 other players, one being Tattar over the first 2 rounds. Would finish the front 9, 7 under, and kick the back off with a bogey on 10. Her response was yet another 6 birdie streak on her way to a 6 under back half. She led or was in the top 3 of nearly every statistic on the day, including parked, both C1 and C2 regulation, and strokes gained tee to green. It's not often that we see Ohn with a complete field leading off the tee, but that was just how electric she was. The round jumped her from chase card to having a 2-stroke lead over Kat Mertsch. Credit Kat for not allowing Ohn to run away with a victory, putting together throwing another 7 under round to go 14 under for the tournament. She totaled 9 birdies as the 2 bogeys would be the largest difference maker between the 2. If there's more wind on the final round, Kat will need to look to take advantage. Being down 2 strokes, she will need to be more aggressive, and in those woods, it can be costly. Missy Gannon worked her way onto lead card for the final round with a solid day herself, putting together a 6 under round with a single bogey late. Missy is a full 8 strokes back of Ohn, which, barring a complete blow-up, seems uncatchable. Look for Missy to put together a solid round and try to maintain a podium finish. One thing Missy should be able to count on is her not hitting a C2 putt on the day twice in a row, but her 1,000 rated round was able to knock off Tattar from the lead card. Henna Blomroos only put together a 2 under round, but it would be enough to land her on the lead card for the final, though she did benefit from Tattar's disastrous hole 18 to get there. Henna is tied with Misty at 8 under, and if she can clean up her bogeys, or triple bogeys for that matter, she just might find herself on the podium. It's not normal to lead with the FPO and hit on Tattar's day till this late in the conversation, but with how good the conditions were, Tattar just never got her feet under her. She went 3 under on the front with 2 bogeys, kicked off the back half with another bogey, and headed into 18, 2 under on the back half and 5 under for the round, only for her to triple bogey the hole with an uncharacteristic 2-putt in C1. She's 9 strokes off the leader Ohn, but could push for a podium for the rest of the lead card. Heidi Laney had too good of a round not to be mentioned. Put together an 8 under round, moved up 19 positions with her performance, and as long as Heidi can keep her putting stroke with similar weather conditions on the final day, she could surprise some of the field by stacking birdies.
Beth at 69. I just told myself, you got to will this one in there. Whatever you have, just will it in there.
This man is unbelievable. This is what athletes live for. This is the moment.
Over on the MPO side, Niklas Antilla would go into round 2 at 7 down, 3 strokes off the lead and tied for 6th place. It wouldn't take him long to get his round going, starting off birdieing the first 7 holes in a row. He would slow it up with back-to-back pars, only to jump back on a scoring streak with a birdie on 10, followed up with an eagle on 11, and 2 more birdies. Until he'd find his first bit of trouble all round, going OB on hole 14 off the drive, resulting in a bogey. Antilla wouldn't take long to bounce back, as he would quickly get the birdies on hole 15 and 16, although he would end his round with a disappointing bogey after another OB drive. He would still finish with a 1072 rated 12 down that gives him a 2-stroke lead over teammate Gannon Buhr. Niklas would go 12 from 12 from C1X and play an overall great round. It will be important down the stretch that he stays in bounds, especially on the wooded hole stretch, as a tree kick could be the difference between a birdie and bogey, and those OB lines are awfully tight. Buhr would finish round 1 with a slow 3 down that put him in 25th place. That would be unacceptable from the defending champion, so he'd fix that early on day 2, going 6 down through the first 5 holes with an eagle on 5 with a 15-foot putt. He would take a bogey the next hole, which happened to be playing the hardest on the day. Gannon would secure 2 more birdies, finishing the front 9 7 under and ready to turn it up on the back. Easily, I might add, with 8 birdie looks inside the circle, and of course he knocked them all down no problem, going 13 for 13 from C1X, with no circle 2 putts, which is surprising. Hopefully he's saving them for today. The most important note that might just carry him to a victory is his ability to stay out of bounds. He went the entire day with no OB strokes, while in round 1 he did 3 times. That improvement saved so many strokes and kept the momentum flowing from hole to hole. Gannon would capture the course record with a hot 14 down, coming in at a 1088 rating. The Discmaniacs are going to be getting after it for round 3. At least we'll be able to see the battle on the same card this time. Matty O finds himself 3 back of the lead and tied for 3rd at 16 down after a 9 under on day 2, which could have been much better if it wasn't for, you guessed it, a few OBs. He would be 9 down through the first 12 holes, tearing it up, mostly from outside the circle as well, smacking a 59-foot putt to start his round, followed with another C2 make on hole 3, a 54-footer on 4, and jumping it in on hole 9. Matty would be cruising until he would get to hole 13 and go OB on the drive, and with a poor scramble attempt, would get his first bogey. Worse, he would double bogey the next hole, going +3 in just 2 holes, setting him back after playing so well. Good thing he would hit another 59-footer on 15 for the bird. I love the PDGA live scorekeepers going try-hard with the exact measurements. I would have just put 60 feet, but can't make it too exact, or someone might think you're lying, I guess. Quick tip, everyone already thinks these stats are beefed up anyways, and watching some of the putts and seeing what they're measured in PDGA Live, they aren't that close either. Matty O finishes round with a 54-foot birdie on hole 18, ending with a 9 down and tied with Corey Ellis, Andrew Marweed, and our boy Joey Buckets after his 9 down, which will find him on another lead card. If you haven't noted him yet, you have one more week until I will consider it a bandwagon. The thing that has stayed consistent with him after the first couple of tournaments is his ability to make C1X putts. I swear there isn't a round he doesn't have double-digit putts from the circle, but good thing is he knocks him down. Joey would shoot a 9 down that included 2 bogeys. More impressive was the 3 OB strokes and 1 hazard he would take. I guess impressive was the wrong word, but Buckets nailed 11 birdies, all without a C2 putt. If he can put together a clean round and keep capitalizing, Joey Buckets can secure his best finish of the year. The issue is the scores are so tight, so it will take another solid round. Each day the course has been getting played better, and if the weather stays the way it's supposed to, I don't see why the competitors can't tear it up again, especially with so many players still in the hunt for top placements.
The day's conditions brought some big scoring, and for those players not near double-digit unders, they most likely saw themselves sliding down the leaderboard. Andrew Marweed, Corey Ellis, and Anthony Barella all started the day on lead card for day 2, and by the end of the day would find themselves on chase for the final. Marweed and Ellis had very similar rounds. Both went 6 under on the day with 2 bogeys. The two are only 3 strokes off leader Antilla, but need to be looking at double-digit unders, if not better, to have a chance to take down this event. AB finished a stroke better than Marweed and Ellis with a 7 under with 2 bogeys himself. The only difference maker was his eagle on 11. AB couldn't get things going on the gettable front half, going only 2 under with a bogey. An OB throw on 13 would result in a bogey, cooling off his hot streak on the back half. AB has the skills to put together Gannon and Antilla scores, but will need them to falter for him to take down this event. Kelvin Heimberg, not fully healthy without his full arsenal at hand, still shows he's competitive, at least at less than 100%. He finds himself on chase card for the second straight day, scoring a 7 under for day 2 with a 15 under for the tournament. His putt was strong with the exception of C2, but didn't miss from C1 for the round. I put nothing past Vinny, but with a Gannon, Antilla, and Matteo ahead of him, with Klein and Radalin not far behind, I don't see a podium finish unless he puts together a round similar to the 4 of those scored in round 2.
Rounding out the top 10, Kyle Klein would make the necessary adjustments to give himself a better chance at a finish with a clean 11 down, jumping him up 16 spots. Klein didn't do anything spectacular, rather plays the disc golf he knows how, with the occasional highlight thrown in. Other than that, he kept his head down and executed the shots he needed to. We talk about Kyle playing to his competition, and with Gannon putting up the hot round, that might have been exactly what he needed to push himself for a better score, rather than being content with a poor finish. Another week, and Mason Ford still finds himself fighting for a top 10 after an 8-down round. Last week, Mason was just a hot C2 putter away from a better spot, but this week it looks like he figured it out after a few the first round, and adding 3 more 40-plus footers on day 2, all for birdies. He'll be just fine if he can keep capitalizing on the putting green after being 12 for 13 from C1X. He can still make a push for another top 10 this season. Now for some round 2 quick hitters. Austin Turner proved he's the ace king, going off the band and in the cage, forgetting to touch any of the chains. 6 shot, looked way better than any thigh mirror selfie he's posted. Trevor Crowe gets sneak attacked by Joey Tamale as he also gets the ace on 10. Madison Walker takes the first DNF of her career after not feeling 100% and looking to prepare for U.S. Women's next weekend. Allie Smith shot her first 1,000 rated round with a 6 down. Not too much for round 3, but we have one more round, and on my favorite day of the week, Championship Sunday. If you want to know everything about that round, make sure to subscribe to not miss out. But that's all you need to know from round 2 of the Open at Austin. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. It's the easiest way to support the disc golf world while we're on tour. Oh, and if you want to know what pro disc golfers think need to be fixed immediately, check out the video right here.